Welcome to the Messiah Revelation Ministry. We dedicate our messages to the end times, and today we are looking at Putin, President of Russia. The message is about Putin and the Hebrews, Putin and the issue of the identity of the Israelite who is an Israelite. Who are they? They are scattered over the world. But who are they? Are they those who are in Israel at this time, following the Balfour Declaration, following the diplomatic maneuvers to establish an Israeli state in 1948? Um, are they the people who are the Israelites, or are the Israelites the black men, black women who were taken as slaves and who were captured, kidnapped, and shipped to all the four corners of the earth? The debate is still going on, but the debate has shifted recently as a result of what Putin did, President of Russia, opening the vaults and exposing the lies, and people are making observations, and they are making their own conclusions. From a prophetic angle, the question we're asking is, what is the relevance of Putin in the end times? I will look at another angle. Of course, I've seen Putin in visions and actually being an instrument against the United States, a nation that I consider to be the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. And the United States is still hiding the Hebrews who were captured, kidnapped as a result of the transatlantic slave trade. When I say in hiding, I will recommend you read a book written by Dante Faustin, Hiding the Hebrews in America. You understand the meaning of hiding, and the Messiah will gather the Israelites from wherever they are scattered. And when we're talking about Putin, we are talking about someone who is an instrument to challenge the Babylon in the end times. And it's no wonder that Putin opened the vaults, and now people are realizing that the Hebrews actually were black people. And so the lies that were told by historians and scholars, the lies that were told by the Pope and the Vatican and the so-called, evangelicals, the lies have been exposed. And so Putin opening the votes and exposing the lies about the identity of the Hebrew Israelites, is Putin as Cyrus. Of course, in the book of Isaiah, the prophet mentioned a Gentile king, Cyrus, who would open the way for the Hebrews to go back to their homeland. And a lot of people, and when I say a lot of people, I'm talking about evangelicals, particularly American evangelicals. They consider Israel to be the chosen state, the chosen of God, and they interpret Isaiah 45 to mean that Donald Trump is a Cyrus because he is needed. Is needed to do what Cyrus did for Israel in the Old Testament. And they believe that, of course, when we're talking about Israel, when we're talking about the Hebrews, we are talking about Israel of 1948. But now Putin comes on the scene at this time, 2024. He opened the vote, and a lot of things are coming up. The can is now opened. The box is now open. People's eyes are beginning to open, and they are looking at the icons, and they know that um, the the so-called scholars, historians, and the so-called pastors, they lie to their congregation. They lie about the identity of the Hebrews. They lie about the color, the skin color of the Messiah. And so this is the context within which we look at Putin in the end times. Is he a Cyrus? In some way, he opens the votes, and he lays the can. He takes the lid from the can of confusion, the can of deception and lies. And everybody is now realizing that they have been lied to. The Bible has been distorted. The identity of the Hebrew has been distorted. And we are looking at this issue, and it is a spiritual battle, and we can look into history. The battle between um, the Lord Elohim and Lucifer, and the battle relates to the Israelites, because these are the people who were chosen by God. Deuteronomy 14 verse 2 says that Israel was chosen above all nations. And so Israel is a source of envy, and Israel, the true Israelites, they are subject to persecution all over the world. It's a spiritual battle. And so we remember the decree that was enacted by Herod to kill all Hebrew males. And you also remember the decree in Egypt, the Pharaohs to kill Hebrew children. And you remember how Moses, your brother, was saved. And you also remember the hatred of the Amalekites, the spirit of the Amalekites. The Amalekite spirit still rules in this world, is still hovering over the Hebrew Israelites wherever they are. And that's why you see a lot of hatred against those who are the chosen of God, the Hebrew Israelites, those who are scattered over the world. Their identity has been changed, their names were changed, and their destiny has been distorted. And they are trying to change the destiny of the Hebrew Israelites. Would they succeed? No, because who the law has blessed, no man, no woman can curse. And Israel was chosen to be an exceptional nation and unto the Lord, a royal people, a nation that is God's own, chosen above all nations, as described in Deuteronomy 14, verse 2. At this time, we are in the end times. We are at the time when the Messiah is coming to judge the world. And by revelation, the final trumpet of heaven has sounded, as it was revealed to me on August 27, 2013. And all of a sudden, things are moving rapidly. And one of the things that is coming into discussion is the identity of the Hebrew Israelite. And we are talking about the awakening of the Hebrew Israelites, and the awakening is increasing, and it's increasing because the time appointed for the Gentiles is up. And Jerusalem will be trodden by Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles. Luke 21 24, the times of the Gentiles are up, and it is coinciding with a period of dramatic awakening of the Hebrews, those who are scattered over the world, those who are the wretched of the earth, those who are downtrodden, and those who are oppressed and suppressed, and those who are subjected to all kinds of humiliation. These are the chosen of God. The time for their redemption is coming. The Messiah is coming to redeem them. The Messiah is coming to gather them. It is based upon prophecy. It is not conspiracy theory. And Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Isaiah, they are all talking about the Messiah, the root of Jesse, coming to gather the outcasts of Israel and the dispersed of Judah from all the four corners of the earth. And this is the time for the awakening of the Hebrews so that they will know who they are and so that they can prepare for the coming of their king. Daughters of Zion will prepare because they know their king is coming to redeem them, and nobody can stop the awakening. And so all of a sudden, you see a Gentile king, a Gentile president, Vladimir Putin. I don't know how you call him. You can call him a dictator. You can call him a communist, but he is an instrument that the Lord has chosen to awaken the Hebrew Israelites in a time like this, in the end times, at the time when the Messiah is coming. And so all of a sudden, Vladimir Putin opened the votes, and people are now debating about the lies that were told by the church, the lies that were written in books, the lies that were portrayed in movies, and the lies that are still coming from the pulpit, pulpit in America, pulpit in Europe, and other Gentile nations, and the cat is out of the bag. The lies are out, and Putin is leading the awakening. I don't know his motive. I don't know whether he's doing it for political advantage, for ideological reasons, or is it part of the war between Russia and the West? Is it part of Russia's resistance to the woke culture in Babylon, America, or is it part of God's maneuvers in the end time to awaken his people by any means necessary? Of course, in the Old Testament, the Lord used Gentile people, and the Lord even used a prostitute, Rahab, to save his people. You are aware of that scripture? And so now we see a president. You may not like Putin because he's a dictator, quote unquote. He's not a democrat, quote unquote. He's not a capitalist, quote unquote. He doesn't go to church, quote unquote. But these are the kinds of people that the Lord uses to redeem his name, and also um, to emancipate his people. He did it in the case of Cyrus and the Israelites, and he's doing it again at the end times, the time when the Messiah is coming. Putin has let the world know that the Hebrews were black, as depicted in the icons, as, as depicted in the books, as depicted in the testimony of the early Christians. Before the Renaissance, before the European painters used their brush to paint Jesus white, before the letter J was invented in the 16th century, before they called Yeshua Jesus. Everybody knew that the identity of the Hebrews, and of course, the Black Madonna. Even the Vatican knew that there was a Black Madonna. Madonna was black, and they had paintings to that effect. The catacombs in Rome, the statues in Rome, the books, the paintings that are hidden, the paintings that are destroyed. They are all evidence of the Negro origins of the Hebrews. The awakening is going on, and Putin is leading in the awakening. He is helping the awakening. The Lord is using him as an instrument to awaken the Hebrews who are scattered over the world. And the question is simple: who are the true Israelites? Is it those who are in Israel as a result of the 1948 um, political maneuvers, the political protocols that went on in 1948, establishing a state of Israel? Are they the rare Israelites, or are they those who are scattered all over the world, those who are waiting to be gathered as prophesied in Isaiah 11:11? Is Jesus black? Some people say it doesn't matter, color doesn't matter. But there's one thing that you have to remember: when anything is good, people like it. And so when the resources in Africa appeared to be good, the Europeans came and they exploited the resources, they took the resources, they partitioned the land of Africa. And if the history of Africa is good, they will claim it. And if they are aware that Jesus was black, of course they would like to claim that Jesus was white, and they would do all that they would do to portray the myth that Jesus is white. Of course, they will claim credit, and they have been brainwashed to accept a white Messiah. In the same way, a lot of black people have been brainwashed to accept a white Messiah. It's part of the deception. And the Messiah warned us in Revelation 2, verse 9, Revelation 3, verse 9. There are those who say they are Jews, they are not. They are of the synagogue of Satan. And so in the end times, the information is coming out. Putin has opened the vaults, and a lot of people are now beginning to realize the true identity of the Hebrews, and history will be written, or history will be rewritten. People will have to rewrite history. They have to think about what they have been taught by their pastors, by their parents, by their teachers in school. All of them are lies. The truth will come out, and the truth will set you free. Is Jesus black? Is Jesus white? By revelation, the Lord appeared to me. I've done a video about it, and the date was April the 5th, 2007. The Messiah, Yeshua, appeared to me. He appeared with John the Baptist, and it's very clear from the vision that they appeared as black men with negroid features, and their skin color was black, and their hair was black. They appeared to me, and it was very, very strange because I was taught growing up in Africa that Jesus is white, and all of a sudden, despite my education and just despite the Sunday school teachings and everything, um, I still um, I'm saying that as a result of my education, as a result of the Sunday school teaching, as a result of the movies that I watch, And I was brainwashed to think that Jesus is white with blue eyes, brown hair, has European features. But all of a sudden, in a vision, he appears to me. He appears with John the Baptist, and all of them are black men. Negro hair, Negroid features. April the 5th, 2007. 5 years later, in the year 2012, in a vision again, some men appeared to me. They were ordinary men, and they were jubilating. We are the sons of Issachar. We are the sons of Issachar. We are the sons of Issachar. They were black men. The sons of Issachar appeared to me in a vision in 2012 as black men. If you read the Bible, the book of Revelation, chapter 7 and chapter 14, regarding the 144,000 who will be selected by the Messiah, 12,000 will come from the tribe of Issachar. So my conclusion is that the sons of Issachar mentioned in the Bible appeared to me, and they appeared as black men. The Messiah, Yeshua, appeared to me. He appeared to me as a black man. John the Baptist, the one who baptized Yeshua, he appeared alongside with the Messiah on April the 5th, 2007, and all of them appeared as black men. So the case is closed, and Putin has now opened the vote, and the evidence is very clear. The Messiah will be a stumbling block. Why? Because a lot of people are prejudiced, racially prejudiced, and they will not accept anything other than a white Messiah. They will not accept anything other than a white Messiah. In the same way, they will not accept any pastor except a white pastor. So there was a church in Baltimore, and the pastor was white, and they brought a black pastor, and immediately they brought a black pastor. The white people in the church, they started moving out of the church because they would not accept a black pastor. And I'm sure there are some black people who will also not accept a white pastor or a white preacher. Does color matter? The book of Revelation is very clear. The Messiah revealed himself to Apostle John, and you can read and you can deduce from Revelation chapter 1 who the Messiah was, and you can also deduce from the paintings of the early Christians and the testimony of the early Christian leaders, and you can know the identity of the Messiah and the identity of the Hebrews. What God has made, let no man change it. Don't let any man change what God has made. If God made a color, let the color stand. Don't use your brush to change the color of people. And don't use your racism to distort the gospel. It's a holy gospel, and it must be preached to all men or women. And in the end times, the truth will come and the falsehood will be exposed. The identity of the Hebrews will be made known, and all the lies will come to light. All the lies will come to the light. The Messiah is the light of the world, and at the time that he's preparing to come, the truth is coming out, and his men his instruments are working, and Putin is working. He has opened the votes, and so the lies is now exposed to the light. The identity of the Hebrew Israelites can be deduced from the votes, the icons, the black icons, indicating the true identity of the Hebrew. A lie that has been told for thousands of years is now coming to face the test of truth. And it's all coming out because Jerusalem will be trodden by Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles. And I believe that Vladimir Putin opening the votes to expose the lies that have been told for years, thousands of years, is an indication that the times of the Gentiles are up. And for those who are waiting on the Messiah, you need to prepare, repent of your sins. And because the Lord is telling you who He is and who you are. And now that you know your identity, Lord, don't let anybody deceive you. The Messiah said in Matthew 24, verse 4, let no man deceive you. And Putin is now letting the cat out of the bag. Thank you for watching this video. My email is raptureafrica@yahoo.com. I'm leaving the links of this video in the description box. Putin and the Hebrews. Time is up for the Gentiles. Thank you for watching this video.